I entail a lot of things, and one of
Let's get
those
started.
things is going to be talking to the mothers whose children are coming home in bags.
Coming home in bags. Oh, jeez. Oh, Lord.
Now, I believe that your religion doesn't allow you to go fight.
No, that's not correct.
Okay, so
We have many, many members of our faith that are serving in armed services.
okay. Well, I say that because when I read about your husband, what I had read, and maybe you can correct this, is that the reason that he didn't serve in Vietnam was because it was against the religion. That's what I read.
No, that's not correct.
That's not true.
So just an indication of her unmitigated ignorance there. No.
No.
No, she's being fair, she's
very-
being balanced, and she's being well researched there. Right, yes. Okay.
Yeah,
Michelle Obama has
Michelle
been on
Obama.
the View multiple times. Has she
Multiple
not?
times. Did not?
Yes.
Yeah.
She was just on a few
Just
weeks
a
ago.
few weeks ago.
Right, but that was with her
But
husband.
I- see, I
Last
was-
spring, however, she made
I
a
was
solo
doing
stop on
solo
the View.
something.
So as I'm
So
on the
as
plane, I look at Pat and I
look
said,
at Pat,
Pat,
you know
when
what,
we
Pat?
get to
If we get to
Orlando, let's go through, let's go find
that
that episode
opposite
and
and
compare and
contrast it.
What are the first 10
What are the first 10
questions
questions?
that
Ladies
the
calls to
both of the
all the
candidates'
candidates'
wives? Just a
spots.
question.
Just a question.
Let's see if we can
detect
any
detect
discernible
everything
difference in the way the two ladies are treated
here.
Because that should
That
speak
should you
volumes.
know
That
who?
should show us a
That would
little
show
bit
us a little
about
about
how fair they are, how non-biased they are.
my advice.
They are. I mean, there's no better example really than comparing apples to apples. You have
apples to apples
one
to
is a
oranges to
first lady,
oranges.
the other's a potential first lady, and they've both been on the exact same show. And so how are they each treated? Right. So let's look at the questions.
Let's look at the questions, okay?
Not the answers.
The answers.
Ladies on the View.
First for Michelle Obama.
Question number one.
Question number one.
so what we can do to be healthy and so forth. We're going to talk about the beautiful pictures and all of our gardens and getting healthier and so on. However,
Oh, stop it.
before we get to
Stop
that,
it, please.
we have a few questions we'd like to ask you. In an interview just recently, you said, and I quote, that you are sometimes unsure if you are a classic first lady and if the things you do are okay.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, that's so stupid. That is so stupid.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? I know because I've been with the witch named Barbara Walters, and I stress the word
You-
witch.
And the other thing is because I said this on my Final Closing Time Factor Friday video commentary thoughts yesterday on Daily Motion. If it and Andy Dean is right. These liberal media are writing dirty.
Yeah, let's get a sample of.
Here's a sample for you.
Sample here of
Michelle
Michelle
Obama.
Obama. Hey, just get tougher as we go. Okay.
As we go. Just keep on.
Yourself, maybe I've gone too far.
It's not down.
Okay, that was question number.
That was question number one.
When you have,
Here we have.
you know, you're not this classic, first lady.
First lady.
Do you have? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Here's question
Going
number
too
three.
far.
So, yeah, I just kind of go with being popular too. You know, so it's working. You're very popular.
Very popular.
Yeah, very funny. Very funny. Oh, yeah, Michelle. All right, stop the audience, please.
Very popular. No, it's not technically,
Stop, please.
technically not a
Actually,
question.
not a question.
No, but I'm setting up.
But I'll tell you what thing
Okay,
is.
here's the next question.
The next question.
And we've talked about this before because
Come on,
your
next
husband
question.
is our first black president. You are our first black.
First black president. Oh God. First lady president.
That racism is still going to be a part of it.
Ha 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 ha.
All right.
Oh God, I want to get inside about this. The last. How he laughs her butt off. Yeah, it really is. And you said the right word.
That's right. It's country. It will again.
Exactly.
To follow up with that for a minute, which is that, you know, he is under assault, personal attacks,
He's
which I'm
under-
personally offended by, and they upset me, and I hate it. But you and Grandma came on.
You a what? Joy? Oh, you're on your mind? Attacking up the... Oh, is it? Oh, my God. Joy, who the hell do you think you are? Try to ask. So stupid.
As upset as I am.
Oh, God.
Lady was born here, all sorts of
Oh, so good.
what do you do?
Oh, good. She's a stupid. Get out of here.
I hope they get to some easy questions like
Quick
on
questions
card
besides Joey Behar.
6.
And that's what
Oh,
Barack
God.
models. You know, his motto is they go small, you go big. That means you always take the high ground.
Small, go big, huh?
Get lost
It
in the
doesn't
traffic.
even-
No. That's not true. That is not true. That is not true.
Focused on getting this country back on track.
Country,
I'm gonna be working for that man.
Ah, you're so wrong. You are so wrong, Michelle Obama. How can you always working for another man and you deserve a 4 more years term at a time like this? This is so ridiculous.
Romney sucks.
Because I tell you one thing is,
Romney sucks.
I tell you one thing is,
He's racist.
the one thing that I hate about this, Michelle,
Romney's
and I tell you one thing is, Michelle is so obnoxious. Because I had enough to hear. Because
You should be supporting her because you're not.
President Obama is so dumb. That's why.
There's the conservative of the groups. Surely this is going to be tough.
Mention, obviously, there's a lot of
Okay, next
political
one, please.
pressure, but as a family, how do you talk to the girls now? Because they're older, the perspective
Good
is
point.
probably a
Good
little
point, Elizabeth.
different than it was 4 years ago. What do you say to them about practically what could not happen moving into November? Do you talk about it? You know,
Okay, Odie.
All right. That's a good question, Elizabeth.
All right. Okay, number 9.
Number 9, please.
Yes.
The girls, they are amazing. They keep us grounded. Yeah. Well, so you guys have been married 20 years.
Oh, please. Whoopi, please. Shut up.
President. And what did he say? Well, he mentioned like a tease. No, he didn't say much about gifts, but he said you liked what he was going to get. No, he didn't tell us. We did ask though. That you tease him.
Tease what?
Does he tease you?
Tease what? Oh, so you mean to tell me that tease you or you trying to bug me? Well, guess what? I have words of wisdom for you.
I'm sure. Oh, yes. Here it is.
Here it is. Your worst nightmare.
We don't want to have time to talk about the gardens and so on, but there have been rumors that if the president is not reelected, or even in the future, that you might consider running.
Good question. That was like 2 positive questions from Elizabeth Hasselbeck and Barbara Walters.
You run, and then we're going to come back with gardening questions. Okay.
Okay.
It was a brutal, withering interview, and I don't know, the weight loss that she must have experienced just through sweat on that one. Yeah. Now,
Smart. Now,
let's go to
let's go to the
Anne Romney yesterday. The
The
piece that
tough
is
piece.
Anne Romney. Let's see if
And
there's any
look at
difference.
this. Take a look. Listen.
We've been talking primarily about.
Stop it, please.
Notice the
Notice the difference.
Notice
Notice already the difference is there's no talking points at all. There's no sound from the audience. There's nothing.
It is
It's a cold, a clinical
surgeon
surgeon in a time like this in a world.
So, we've been talking primarily about the women's issues.
Women's issues.
One of those things with your husband was that when he was a governor, he was pro-choice. And now is against abortions, except in the case of rape and incest and life of the mother. I wonder what your views are. Were you the same way when he was a governor?
Aha! Aha! I know it.
Okay, so the first question
The
here,
first
abortion.
abortion. That's one. That's abortion is one. And this whole incident is such a scam. And you know why? Because abortion comes from babies and mothers. If you have parents, don't ask me why. If I do say so myself. So here's your life. This is your life. This is your life. You have a baby. This is your life. Have a kid who has abortion at a time like this. As I said so in the first place. Because Anne Romney's right. You, on the other hand, Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar are so wrong. Wrong. And why? Because the only silly questions I ever heard in my entire life.
Why don't you just take that off?
It's kind of like.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. She is so. Oh, she is so horrible. All right,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Doesn't
Okay, one more.
right?
No, that's not correct.
Okay, so
We have a
Okay, we've already heard this. So now
We already heard
have
this
the- now
before.
it continues. Back
You-
in 1968, your
Go back
husband didn't
to
fight in
68
Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Now, how can you possibly
be?
the people?
It to be
Right.
meet the people.
okay. Well, I say that because when I read about your husband, what I had read and
Read about
maybe
your
you can
husband.
correct this is that the reason that he didn't serve in Vietnam was because it was against the religion. That's
Okay, so we heard this part. at the beginning,
Heard
and
this,
then she
heard this story
continues.
before. Andy Dean is right. You, Whoopi Goldberg, thanks a lot for assaulting Ed Romney like that. Andy Dean is right. As I said on my final closing time factor Friday video commentary thoughts yesterday, because let me say something. You should owe Ed Romney an apology. Seriously, you should owe Ed Romney an apology from now on.
This administration does.
You might think the Obama administration has no clue whatsoever. Or
How's that one?
how's this one?
I mean, unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Now, hang on. Now, you're going to get to gardening here in just a second.
Good.
Here's the next question.
Next.
Well, we've been having a lot of people during the convention who've talked about the compassion of your family and the compassion of your husband.
This is a good thought. This is a very, very good thought.
Take a swipe or a swap or a punch or something. Swing at President. So I want to know we all want to know how you feel. So you think you're going to have an easy ride here? Just stay here. We'll be right back.
Wow. Okay, so that's a threat.
That's a
to
human
the
threat
audience,
of some of the audience.
watching his mother.
Watch his mother.
And so she takes a swipe now at him. Now, your brother said he was going to take a swing at the president. But if you
Boom.
think you're going to have an easy ride, you're not.
Just wait and see about that.
We're coming back.
We're coming back.
More.
More.
With your mom.
With your mom.
I mean, that is unbelievable.
That's unbelievable, guys.
By families.
Here's another
Well,
one.
we've been
Here's
having
a-
a lot of people during the convention who've talked about the compassion of your family
We've
and
already
the
heard that
compassion.
The compassion of your family. Compassion of
So,
your
and
family.
we mentioned Josh before is in the audience here.
He's Elizabeth-
Who
Elizabeth
actually
Hasselbeck.
has 5 kids of his own, 4 sons, 1 little girl, Grace, right?
Right.
Well, I know that there's been some sort of like family intervention in terms of campaign, new stuff that's going on. You're involved. What are those? And then also, do you have aspirations of a political career at all?
Okay, so they got this one.
Oh, yeah, we'll wrap this. I'm gonna wrap this up because I don't want to waste my time on my.
You know, a decent question about his family, and something that's not. So 8 questions in on the
8 questions makes sense to you.
Governor, actually, I know
This
you've
is
been
the
together for
8th question.
43 years of marriage. That is exceptional, and a bunch of grandkids, as Barbara mentioned. There was one point, though, I think that did you guys almost break up?
Well, not according to me.
Okay, so there's number 9, and the final question.
That's what I want to know.
10,
I'm so
wrap
glad
it
it's
up.
only 17, 18, and 19 that your
About
boys are in
10.
a selfish stage. Good. Okay, 3 years. But, you know, I heard, Mrs. Romney, that you don't watch any TV. What do you do all day if you don't watch TV?
Okay, so
Sherry, please. Don't you think she knows that?
That's a slam on women. Yeah. What do you do all day if you don't watch women? They were the ones who said she didn't work
There comes a time in a woman's life.
So if you're staying
You're
at
staying
home,
at home.
you just have to watch
You just have to
TV.
wait to see about that.
Nothing
Nothing
else.
else can do. You're staying home moms.
You
You
just
just
must watch TV
must
all
watch
day.
it all day long.
These women
It's
are
not just women on
despicable.
stable.
They're really despicable.
Yeah.
And I say that with
I say
first-hand
first
knowledge.
and knowledge.
I've been on that show before. They are despicable
Yeah.
witches. Oh, did I say that out loud? Let me say it again. Despicable witches. This is why the media is going to be so surprised.
God.
They look at. Can you imagine?
Can you imagine this?
Can you imagine trying to
Try to
pay for the
pay for the
coverage,
coverage
that Obama
that
has had the last 4 years?
whole years.
Impossible.
Impossible?
You'll never be,
You'll
able to get
never
this kind
be
of coverage.
alone.
Ever.
Ever.
Look at what they've done.
Get the picture.
The
If I do say so
television
myself.
shows
Every day,
has been
over
here
these years,
to make him
make him look like a conquering hero,
a
Roman god, and
He's losing.
he's losing.
He's losing.
He's losing it.
They are
Yeah,
powerless
all this
over you.
were you.